What's going on, everybody? My name is Sir Medieval, and today we have finally got an announcement for Amazon's very own New World. Just happened about 20 minutes ago on the actual Game Awards themselves. None other. We got a brand new freaking trailer. It looks amazing so far. I'm stoked. I cannot believe this. It feels like we're actually coming back to an age where we have a good list of sandboxes. Sandboxes is a genre or like a type of game that I know and love. Ever since I played Darkfall, Mortal Online, all different kinds of them, EVE Online, all you name it. I absolutely fell in love with these ones, Worm Online, and I think that New World, when I first played the alpha, it's one that really surprised me because it felt like it did have a lot of what made those games good, but it also took the graphically enhanced part and added that into the mix. Now, in terms of the alpha itself, what they did before that alpha went down was really incredible. I don't want to say too much because, of course, the NDA, Amazon, I love you. But I will say, though, that this is probably going to mark the next generation of sandboxes right here. I got to say, it was so cinematic, like just the character creation alone. I can totally compare that to seeing something like Greedfall, for instance. Very, very comparable to that, but I would say it's even on a more cinematic scale, and I'm looking forward to seeing what they do with this one. I mean, they've had a lot of time. I mean, they've got a big studio. Well, I don't know how big the studio is, but they've got a lot of power behind the studio, probably a lot of funding. I want to see what they're working with here. So right now we're waiting on the actual game to come out, and the closed beta is going to be starting in April. In May, we'll actually have the game launch, it looks like. It says on the website that the closed beta is in April, but the actual trailer itself says May, so I'm guessing that means launch. It might mean closed beta as well, but I'm pretty sure it just means launch. But anyway, we've got this brand new trailer that showcases a little bit of the world itself. Now, in terms of what the game is going to be available on, it's going to be available on Steam. Price-wise, you'll be able to pay for either the $49.99 pack, which is the deluxe edition, or the standard $39.99 pack. For pre-ordering the game. It does guarantee you access to the closed beta in 2020. It does say there that it will be in April as well. It also, for the standard edition, you get Isabella's Amulet, which gives you an additional constitution to weather attacks and deal additional damage to certain types of supernatural enemies. You also get a unique title, you get an emote, and a guild crest as well. For the actual deluxe edition, you get a little bit more perks. You get the Woodsman armor skin, the boarding axe skin, along with the mastiff house pet, I believe that's called. You can also get the rock paper scissors emote, which is going to be hilarious. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people doing that after they gank their prey. You've also got the New World digital art book that's going to be included in that one as well. Now, if you guys are considering New World, one thing to know about it is it's not going to be like your, regular old MMORPG theme park, especially. Now, it does have open world PvP, which I'm sure a lot of you are used to, but when you're dealing with sandboxes, any kind of sandbox that you've played before, I'm sure you know that there's a different element entirely where you can actually lose your stuff. Now, from what I remember, I believe New World did have some mechanics in place to kind of alleviate this a little bit. So, you probably won't be fully penalized for dying to somebody. However, that aspect is there, and that's something to consider. Open world PvP will be a thing. Guild warfare will be a thing, which they showcase a little bit in this trailer. It's going to be pretty crazy for sure. So just expect going in that this is a game in which you're probably going to die, and it could be a lot of different times. It could be a few different times. When you're dealing with sandboxes, it's very much, different for each person. Every person has different experiences. Sometimes they're really good. Sometimes they're really bad. But I will tell you that for a sandbox as opposed to a theme park MMORPG, you can get more unique experiences from like a sandbox, for instance. It's not the same way for each two players. And one thing they did post on their website as well, they posted the new FAQ. Now, beforehand, back when it was first being developed, it was stated that they were going to try to work their way up to 10,000 players per server. And right now it shows on their FAQ that we're going to be adventuring with about 1,000 players. It does say that there will be multiple servers along with in-game voice chat. And it does say that people from different parts of the world will be able to connect to different servers, but you might have a ping issue. But if you have a program that is allowing you to get, ping killer stuff kind of thing, or VPN, I guess that might help you a little bit, but use that at your own discretion. And it says as well that there will not be classes in the New World. It is a classless based progression system. If I'm allowed to say this, I believe it was shown in the footage because there's been so much gameplay footage of the game and of course leaks that have come out at this point. But basically the way that it works is that you have different weapon types in the game that you can equip, and you also get, access to different skills, I believe, like melee skills, and you get different perks that you can get. There's an actual skill tree that you can kind of go into. Crafting wise, there's another thing for that as well. And basically you start off as like a regular old low level player, but you can work your way up to a really, really badass hulking guy, or you can be like one of the best rangers on the server, one of the best blacksmiths or craftsmen, stuff like that. And for me personally, I've absolutely been in love with crafting in sandboxes for as long as I can remember. And what really excites me is not only is this game going to be coming out, but also Mortal Online 2 has finally got an announcement, but I'm going to be talking about that later for sure. I just wanted to share my opinion about how I am so excited with the new world. I'm so glad that we're getting this next generation of sandboxes. MMORPGs as a genre has not been doing too great, but sandboxes even less so. I feel like we're at that turning point where things are going to start to turn back around for us. I cannot wait to see what the future holds. I wish the absolute best to Amazon Game Studios and everybody working on this game. I am so stoked to get my hands on it. I'm going to cover the crap out of it. If there's one thing I know I'm going to do, I'm going to get right in there the first day as soon as possible and learn all that I can about what's changed, and learn all that I can about what I can do in the game, what everybody can do in the game. And either I'm going to be the best crafter I can possibly be, like I've done in Life is Feudal and other games like that as well, or I'm going to be a hulking warrior type character that loves charging into battle, probably going to shout Leroy Jenkins and die immediately. We'll see what happens. But anyway, folks, thank you guys so much for joining me. Be sure to check out their website, check out the game trailer, check out all the information you can, along with the developer showcase that they did recently that goes into some of the details about the world as well. Thanks so much for joining, guys. Be sure to catch you in game as well. Have a good one. Later.
It is an eternal island of legend, a place of unimaginable beauty, and a growing evil, where the forces of death and life are in constant conflict. For centuries, many have come in search of its power. Do you really want to live forever? Only to fall to its corruption. Lured by the promise of power and immortality, the darkness will claim you.